Hello, folks. Carlos here. I'm a global product evangelist with Elements.cloud. I have been on the ecosystem for close to 6 years, and the last 2 years I have been really involved in DevOps. So we thought it would be a good chance to talk about supercharging DevOps practices, okay? Connect the past to accelerate your future. DevOps is accelerating development cycles. DevOps is a hot topic. Forrester research reported showed a 307% increase in ROI, return of investment, 80% faster to deliver user stories, 80% faster to recover from failures. So time to value is from idea to adoption, not just user stories to release. We need to consider the entire implementation lifecycle and how we can make DevOps more effective. DevOps accelerating time to value. Again, time to value is an idea to adoption, not just user stories to release. Velocity is a noun, the speed of something in a given direction. DevOps is the powerful engine providing acceleration, but we need to add the GPS to make sure it is going in the right direction and can make course corrections at pace with confidence. That GPS is what we call configuration knowledge, business analysis, and org impact analysis. 3 ways to supercharge your DevOps. First, ensure development builds the right stuff. Benefits, you reduce rework, you increase adoption. Next, provide requirements and change impacts to development. Benefits, reduce rework again, and you have an accelerated development. Third, allocates development resources based on change risk. Benefits, faster deployment, reduced rollbacks. So let's drill down to each one of these 3 items to see exactly how we can apply that. First, ensure development builds the right stuff. Understand the true needs. Make sure that you get the requirements. So shift left. It is a practice intended to find and prevent defects early in the software delivery process. The idea is to improve quality by moving tasks to the left as early in the life cycle as possible. I like to say, measure twice, cut once. Okay, so focus on the beginning of the process, that you pay attention to everything that, so you have a smooth ride throughout the process. Business requirements, make sure that you gather the proper business requirements and you validate that with your end users. What users need, not what they thought they wanted. That's one of the major challenges that business analysts, when you gather the requirements, you find that because the user might say something, you understand something else. You really need to validate that, okay? And validate with the process maps, making sure that, say, this is what you really wanted here? As a result, we're gonna have a crisp user stories. So what are the benefits? Well, you can save up to 80% in rework. Result, you get a happier management, make the boss happy. Identify up to 25% process improvements as quick wins. So what the results here, you have a happier users. And then last development rework. So faster releases, what you get again, happy users. Next, provide requirements and change impact to development. Give DevOps the full picture, full set of information so there's no miscommunication. Again, going back, make sure that your requirements are validated. If a user asks you for something, make sure document that says, hey, Mr. Users, this is exactly what you want here, okay? So not just user stories, but the supporting context captured during business analysis. So we make sure that by using configuration knowledge, you have the user story, of course, but you have a lot of other information that is gonna support you doing your business analysis. Business requirements, always validating. Process maps, pretty much taking everything, all the steps that you need make a map of that, make a map of your process, instruction by instruction, step by step, so you have a flow, you know exactly where to go. Org change impact assessment, that's very important. Oh, I want to change something here. I want to introduce a new field, or I want to remove a new field, I want to create a new object, or want to change an Apex class, or what's the impact in there? You might think up here that you know everything, but the system doesn't lie. Available in Jira, but kept up to date by business analysts. So again, if you use an ALM tool like Jira, yeah, you have a lot of information in there, but the configuration knowledge solution here, you keep a lot of that business analysis as well. So what are the benefits? Easier to understand, okay? The full scope of the requirements. So therefore, you have a happier developers because they understand correctly what the user wants. You have less mistakes due to misunderstanding. Again, the happier developers because they know that they're doing the proper thing, so they don't have to keep testing, retesting, so many times. And less rework, so faster releases. What you get the happy users because they require something, and it's a less rework, so faster releases. You get the answers to them, the deployment to them available to their hands much faster. So of course, at the end of the day, your user is going to be much happier. Next one, allocate development resources based on risk. Targets development effort. Developing production, low risk. Well, a lot of people think, yes, I can do things very fast in production, but you don't know the repercussions in there, the ramifications of that. So that, it might seem to be like a very quick, cheap solution. In the long run, that can cost you, that can come to bite you again, okay? Full development life cycle, yes, you can say this is a high risk. Don't assume risk level based on metadata type or limited information. You might think, oh yeah, this is just a template, there's no code involved in here. You don't know where else that template is being used. It can be used in several automations in there. It can be used on a flow, a process builder, whatever in there. So don't assume a risk level based on metadata type or limited information. Rely on your configuration knowledge product. Have confidence due to automated org analysis. I mean, we're human beings. We make a lot of annotations. We make a lot of information that we make available in there. But what if you don't do it? So the configuration knowledge solution here, methodology product, is going to make sure that it's going to collect all that the metadata that maybe you forgot to put something there, and it's going to record all your process in there. It's going to map all your process in there. There's a repository of continuous being fed that with adding information in there so that your organization analysis is a richer one, is a more effective one, is one that you can rely. Understand knock-on impact. Dependency tree, so no metadata overlook. Again, I know my system very well, right? I know that if I change Apex class here, I'm going to affect maybe just 2 or 3 components. Well, what if you forgot? So the dependency tree does a lie because it really chases down, okay, where your metadata is being used, where's the effect. So you have to understand that. So nothing is forgot. Benefits. Well, you accelerate changes with decrease in the developer effort. So the development team, they have less work to do. It's easier for them. So as a result, happy users. At the end of the day, it's all about the users. It's all about your customers. Fewer rollbacks due to the unforeseen issues. Remember in the beginning, we mentioned shift left. You pretty much focus in the beginning. You do all your requirements, you make sure that you validate your requirements are correct, all your tests. So fewer rollbacks due to unforeseen issues. What you get, again, you have a happier users because you're developing things for them faster, more frequently, and with the close to zero or zero amount of errors in there. So you get happy users. And last but not least, smoother, more effective development. Again, now this time, happier developers because they take pride on what they're doing because the workflow is pretty much a simple one. They have a good interactions with all the parts involved, like stakeholders, like end users, business owners, upper management. So happy developers, we need to look into happy developers as well. So connect the past to accelerate your future. Salesforce DevOps is an innovation engine. Time to value requires ensures DevOps focus, and configuration knowledge plus DevOps is really the way to supercharge your DevOps.